Hey guys, Coded USA here, and today I'm bringing you the best Advanced Warfare gameplay we have actually uploaded to the Fearless Clan channel yet. It is a double nuclear with the Bow 27 by Fearless Hypex. I will leave his channel in the description. Now I'm not so sure what map it's on because I don't have enough experience with the game exactly to just be able to look at the gameplay and tell what map it is. I know I play that map a lot, and I know it's a good map, but I don't know what the name of it is. So that's all I really have to say about the gameplay. Please go subscribe to Fearless Hypex. He's a monstrous player. He gets tons of gameplays, and he's definitely worth subscribing. I think you guys will definitely enjoy his channel. Now, real quick, I wanted to talk about the requirement standards we're going to have set for Advanced Warfare for the beginning so far. So what it is if you have one double DNA bomb, you're obviously in the game, in the clan, because that's just a good enough gameplay for the beginning of the game. If you have a double DNA, then we will let you in. Also, if you have 3 single DNA bombs, one of which being with a gun that is not the Bow, you are in. And if you have 4 DNA bombs with the Bow, we'll let you in. And that is for Advanced Warfare. Now, obviously, if you happen to have like a super fast DNA bomb, which I guess what kind of fits as super fast is kind of like a I don't know what super fast is for DNA bombs. I know that about 2.5 minutes or so is a fast one, but I don't know what like super fast is. So, we'll kind of judge that just by looking at how fast it is. If you have, a DNA bomb like that, or if you have a really unique DNA bomb like with a really, really odd gun, world's first with a certain gun, hip fire only with, whatever, obviously we'll accept you for that also. So it's not going to be super hard to get into the clan when it comes to, just meeting requirements for DNA bombs. If you have a couple, obviously they have to be recorded. I have to be able to see them before I let you into the clan, before I upload anything, because it's not like Black Ops 2 where you can just add me, or I can, get a trusted clan member to tell me that, you have these gameplays. I have to be able to see them. You have to be able to have them recorded. So I guess that means it has to be on either Xbox One or PS4, or you have to have an Elgato. So that is requirements for Fearless Clan as of now for Advanced Warfare. Now, what I wanted to talk about for a little bit is the patching that they're doing on the Bow on Xbox 360. Now, they have not done the patch on PS3, PC, PS4, or Xbox One, but we do know that it's about to come. They may have done it on PC, I'm not sure, but we do know it's about to come to Xbox One, PS4, PC, and PS3. But I do know they already did it on the Xbox 360. Now, the patches where they made the Bow 27 have a whole lot more of a recoil. Now, I don't think they messed up with the fire rate or with the damage at all, but I do think that they're going to tweak a little bit of the recoil. And I watched a video, I believe it was on Carnage Clan, where they talked about the difference you're going to notice with the Bow, and it's a big recoil difference, supposedly. And I don't really use the Bow a lot, so that doesn't make me all too nervous, but I do know when I do use the Bow, it definitely does feel like kind of like a laser gun. It's really accurate. You very rarely miss shots. The only time you really miss shots is when you flinch, and when you do flinch with the Bow, I feel like it really does kick up, but sometimes that kind of gives you really lucky headshots. So I don't see many problems with the recoil-wise of it being hard to control, but I could see why they would want to patch it, make it a little more of a recoil, because that will definitely kind of balance it out as a as an AR, because previously it just had absolutely no recoil, really good fire rate, and decent enough damage to where it kind of just melted. Now, what they really need to do, and they also said this in Carnage, I'm not ripping this from them, I thought this also, and I think a lot of people do, they really need to buff the SMGs in this game. The KF5 is like a pellet gun, I feel like when I shoot it. It's a fun gun to use, but it is kind of like a pellet gun. I'm kind of nervous for them to buff it, though, because I feel like if you do buff SMGs in this game, they're going to be extremely dominant. Now, I know that the Bow is already extremely dominant, and I know that, Call of Duty always has its dominant guns, but I feel like if they do buff the SMGs, I feel like they may get really, really, really strong, and, especially with the Bow being nerfed, I'm kind of a little nervous as to see what happens with that, because so far, really, to be honest, I really enjoy the balancing of guns that they have in Advanced Warfare. I don't think the guns are not balanced. I think they're pretty well balanced, even with the Bow as it is pre-nerf. I think it's still a really, really well-balanced game. Everyone does use the Bow, but everyone used the AN-94, the SCAR-H, the FAL, the MSMC, the PDW, the Scorpion. Everyone used those guns in Black Ops 2. It just so happens that in Advanced Warfare, we haven't found them out yet. Just like at the beginning of, Black Ops 2, the Scorpion wasn't a common gun to use. Now you see people using it all the time. Same thing with the MSMC. Same thing with the well, the PDW was immediate, but same thing with the the MTAR and stuff like that. These guns are really, really good at the game. Good in the game. We just haven't found them. Now, another gun in Advanced Warfare that might be able to use a nerf is the HBR. I think it's the HBR A3. Now, that gun is a really, really good gun. I consider the HBR a better gun than the BAL. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people disagree with it, but I just think it is because it is absolutely the most accurate gun I've ever used in any Call of Duty. It has no kick. It's insane. And because of that, I feel like the gun becomes way more powerful. And it's also just generally, I'm pretty sure it's a super strong gun. So when you kind of use it, you have no recoil. And on top of that, you have a pretty strong gun. It's pretty powerful. So you kind of overpower enemies every single time you face them. Whereas with the BAL, it kind of, you can kind of die with it. I feel like with the HBR, it's pretty hard to die with. So, I don't know what I think about that. I think the HBR, in my opinion, is more overpowered than the BAL, but almost everyone would disagree with me on that, so, I'm okay with them patching the BAL. Now, Advanced Warfare, when it comes to kill streaks, they definitely need to nerf the system hack, in my opinion, because the system hack is so incredibly overpowered. It is the most overpowered kill streak I've ever seen as a non-lethal kill streak in Call of Duty. It's more so than the Orbital VSAT. It is insanity what they did with that thing. It is ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous kill streak I feel like that has ever been put in a game. Now, obviously, if you're facing a bunch of randoms, it's great to have on because they just can't see anything. But at the same time, it is ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, it makes it to where your screen, your HUD, everything is just blocked by a gigantic skull with lines going through it. It's gigantic. It takes up more than half of your screen. It takes up almost your whole screen that's useful. And the whole time you're just kind of running around like a stupid person trying to just kind of find people by luck, trying to kind of look around the skull or whatever and see people. It's overwhelmingly hard and it's very stupid as a streak. It's just way too distracting. I feel like what they should have done, definitely what they should have done, is made it to where it was like an EMP to where your HUD went away. I feel like that would have been good. That would have made just as much sense. Maybe kept the HUD rebooting thing, but took away the whole the screen pixelating and stuff like that. I just think that's like a little ridiculous. And you're having like a circuit overdrive in your exosuit, and it just makes the game almost impossible to play. I'm not a fan of that, and I definitely think that kind of needs to be nerfed. But other than that, the game is really, really balanced in my opinion. The shotguns are, I feel like the shotguns are perfectly balanced. You have no Striker from Modern Warfare 3, no Remington from Black Ops 2 or KSG from Black Ops 2. Obviously there is the Moors, the sniper, the Moors, which is, it's definitely a really powerful sniper. I don't see too many people using it, but I know it's really easy to quickscope with, especially if you slap on ACOG on that thing. It's super accurate, super deadly, and, gets you almost every time. It's kind of annoying, and I could definitely see why people, aren't a fan of that. But, because I don't play, Call of Duty too much, or Advanced Warfare especially, as of now, it's kind of hard for me to judge the Moors as a overpowered or not overpowered gun. But in my opinion, I guess it could probably use a nerf because I do feel like every time I get in a gunfight with someone with the Moors, I do lose, even though I shoot them a good couple of times and they just pop a shot at me. It's almost like they have automatic toughness with that sniper. But at the same time, I feel like in every single Call of Duty game, people complain that it feels like snipers have automatic toughness, when obviously there's a reason that they're making it the way they are with the, the fact that you shoot them a couple times and they're still able to kill you. It's still like their gun doesn't pop up enough to where it puts their shot off. I do believe that it should be that way. I feel like if a sniper gets shot, it's their fault. They weren't stealthy enough, because I feel like with the sniper, you have to play stealthy, and it should kick up. But at the same time, if they were to make it that way, snipers would be much more prone to camping instead of quickscoping, which in all, that would be a little more annoying, I do believe, to have someone sitting in a corner with a sniper, and that's the only way they feel that they can play with it. Almost like how people played with LMG target finders in Black Ops 2, which was overly consistent. And I just feel like that's going to be a really big thing is, if they were to make it to where snipers didn't have automatic toughness, I do believe that they would start camping in corners, and it'd be ridiculous. But at the same time, people might stop using them because they'd get really bored of camping in corners. I couldn't imagine people would enjoy doing that because it's a super boring way to play the game. But that's all I really have to say for today's commentary. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all enjoy this insane double DNA bomb, our first one we're uploading to Fearless Clan so far. And please go subscribe to the HypeX. He's a monstrous player. He's getting many DNA bombs in this game, and that's all I have to say for today, guys. Until next time, goodbye.